What nonsense is this? Rubbish people. How can I receive such an amount of money?
How much did you get?
£200.
Let me see what you got. Oops. See what I got. I just received £200 from my brother.
Oh, you got a lot more than I do.
Oh yes, with MoneyFix, you can receive money from any part of the world to Cameroon directly into your mobile money account at the cheapest rate.
Wow. Are you looking for the best exchange rate for all your money transfer? Try MoneyFix. Log on to moneyfix.com. MoneyFix. Fast, easy, and cheap service to Cameroon. MoneyFix.
I am Martha, the CEO of Martha's Food Supply. One of the things that make me feel very beautiful and very confident as a brown skinned woman is choosing the right skincare products. So here guys, I feel of the products that I use that make me feel very beautiful, very confident. And if you have any skin issue, be it acne, hyperpigmentation or oily skin, dry skin, whatever problem it is you're facing with your skin, trust me, Escape is here for you. Escape is actually formulated to suit all skin types, all melanated skin types. So when you use this, you see how confident I'm feeling. This is going to be you after using Escape products. Trust me.
Wow. Okay. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Good evening, wherever you're watching. I'm sending you greetings. Good evening. Good evening. I hope you all are doing amazing. It's another Friday, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. And I think we know what is going on. We know the topic we know that every Friday we have to come on and have a very beautiful conversation worldwide, because I know we have followers all over the world. So for those who are just joining, my name is Denzel Bless, your certified life and relationship coach. Unfortunately, today I will be your host. It's been a while, and it's a privilege for me to be with you guys tonight. It's been like, I guess, a month that I haven't come on live as a host, but because of it's my turn, so I think it's a pleasure for me to be with you all tonight. So please, guys, as you're joining us, I want to say thank you so much for all that you've been doing for us. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for following and clicking the notification button on the list matchup so that whenever we come live, you will be the first to get the notification. So once again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for liking, and guys, keep sharing, keep sharing. It's another Friday, by the way, and we are on relationships hot topic. And I can assure you guys that tonight it's going to be blossom. It's going to be explosive. I think that's a better word. It's going to be explosive. We'll be discussing something very, very important, and I'm very sure that almost 99% of us all will have something to contribute on this topic of today. But again, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your time, your data, and all that you're doing to make sure that this platform and this particular topic, this particular session is going further. So I'm grateful for that. I can't thank you guys enough. So guys, as you're joining, please share this video, invite your friends in, tell them that relationship hot topics for the most powerful people from our area, their life, and we'll be discussing something very great tonight. So please keep sharing, keep liking, and keep inviting everyone in. But there is something I would like you guys to know that please tonight it's quite unfortunate that we will not be having all of our panelists with us. One of us is not here with us tonight, but nevertheless, I strongly believe that those who are on board with us are fully equipped to make sure that we can go through the night and enjoy whatever we'll be discussing. So without wasting much of your time, I think even before we do this, I think it's important that I keep emphasizing the need of you to share this video and invite your friends on. We'll be discussing something very important today, and I'm glad because I am here with you to have this conversation. It's something that it's creeping into our community, and especially in relationships, a lot of people do not know how to handle this section of their life, and I think it's draining your energy because they don't know if they have to stay stuck or they move forward with it. But as the rest of the guys, the panelists will be joining us, we'll be discussing on this. And without wasting much of your time, from our technical dashboard, I hope you guys are there. And could you please send us Be Emanuela?
Hi, Denzel.
Hi, Emma. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Wow, it's good to have you tonight.
Same here, thank you.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
guys. So, it's another Friday. Relationship hot topics. This topic today. People are even guilty without knowing that they are guilty when it comes to this particular topic. Even the guilty ones do not know. So today we are going to know if you're guilty or not. It's
Yeah.
really going to be hot, and I know it's a topic people are excited to hear about, people are excited to talk about. So I'm looking forward to this topic today so much. And I'm also, as usual, I'm looking forward to read from you guys, because I know from the comment section, there's always this great insight that comes, because we know you people all have good experiences out there. And when we get to read your comments, we get to learn from them. So keep your comments coming. Share the video. Tag your friends. You cannot be here alone except you're stingy. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy with this love. This one today, you cannot be stingy with it. So tag it. Call your friends on phone even. use credit or pay back the credit somehow. So thank you. Thank you again,
That's
Denzel, for
good.
being
I
there.
like that. Thank you so much, Emma. I think that was very necessary. Hey guys, let me just join her in what she said. Keep sharing the video, invite your friends in, and we thank you so much for being there, for your likes and even your dislike. Personally, I just want to say thank you so much for all that. It's part of the process, and we cannot just take the likes and forget about the dislikes. So you are part of the process. But as we move further, I strongly believe that there is something that you will gain from this topic, dealing with exes. It's very important. And hey, before we move forward now, I would like to bring, like, there is no other one except Miss Deli Singer Philip. She's been an amazing person, like when we talk about relationship, and she's going to join us tonight. Hey, technical assistants, could you please send us Miss Philip? Good. Okay, guys. I think the technical dashboard they'll be sending us Miss Philip in a few minutes. Okay. We are proud of who we are.
People have a background. I didn't even wait. You didn't give a speech. Your long speech there.
We are proud of who we are. I don't see
Hey, I mean, when I sing that song inside, come and dance. Hey guys, I'm all glammed up for you now. Guys, put me hard. Hey, my delicious. Hey, everybody. Hi, Denzel. Hi, Emma.
Hi,
It's good to be with you all again.
it's a pleasure, actually. Wow. I must say, both of you look like gaslight. You are like shining, like I don't, especially like Dele. I don't know where you came from with this.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
So
it's really beautiful.
It's a beautiful gift from my baby sister. It's a brand. Her business. She's doing this. Okay, so guys, those of you abroad, you want to place your order. Denzel, you and Bison, when I start place order, Emma already get like 3 of this one, then so she will just be adding it to her wardrobe.
Denzel, you in particular.
Denzel, this one are by force. You see this thing? Anybody in Europe, guys, place your orders, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my beautiful kid sister who made this lovely one for me.
Yeah.
But of course, I have a lot in stores. So yeah, place your orders. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm sure you must have heard that from her. Place your orders, and I think I'll be placing my orders as well. So we'll talk about that later on. But for now, let's continue with our show. Yeah. You know the idea, they say support your own.
I like how fast you go, Denzel. It's not about support your own. I like how fast you go.
Okay, guys. I must say this. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a pleasure having both of you on board, especially on a day like this. For our viewers, our apologies. Bison Bixby's my bosom brother, he will not be with us tonight because of 1 or 2 things that. Maybe he has been traumatized or is running away from the topic. I'm just kidding. Something is holding. Yeah. Okay, before we continue, I would like to give our fellow viewers a rundown of how our day will look like, okay? The first session will be on an overview of the topic. And secondly, like after every 35 minutes of discussions, we'll be having a commercial break, which is something that you guys are already familiar with it, but I think it's wise that I put it in this way so you people should know how our program is going to look like. And I think that's just all. Apparently, that's all I have, or that's all we have, you know. So I don't know who I will start with.
The order that came in.
The order people came in. Okay, good. So I would like to start with B. Emanuela. Tell us what's your overview of this topic?
Why has it become suddenly so difficult now to have an overview about this X topic? Why is the topic so difficult? What's happening to this topic?
Actually, there is something I was thinking. I don't know. maybe next time can we do something different? Maybe next time we do an overview at the end of the, like, what do you think? Like at the end of the show.
Well, you're the boss, man. You're the boss. Go ahead.
Let's do now. I know.
Okay.
Let's do an overview of the topic now.
Okay, good. So tell us what you think, Emma. What is your overview of the topic?
Anyway, I think this topic, like we said from the beginning, this X topic, it's a very sensitive topic. And like I mentioned, a lot of us are even guilty without knowing that we are guilty. Because in one way or the other, we find ourselves doing these things. I'm talking about both married and unmarried people. We find ourselves doing those things. And I don't know the statistics, but at least I know that a lot of marriages have been broken by this X whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then I begin to feel like if we don't address it, it's something to think about, because it's almost the norm. People are doing it normally, hurting their partners unconsciously or consciously. A lot of people wait for opportunities when they have issues at home, they use their exes. So this whole thing, you might think it's nothing. You might think it doesn't mean anything because you don't miss your ex. But I think as time goes on, we are going to know that apart from physical cheating, there's also emotional cheating. And it happens most of the time with exes or the people we meet online. So I thought we should really, it's really a good idea that we are actually touching this, so that we can all learn from this. We can all draft a path on how to navigate through this whole X stuff. And just like I mentioned, it depends so much on the comments, guys. Keep your comments coming, because great points can come from you that we can also learn. Just like I said, unconsciously we do these things without even knowing. So keep your comments coming. We are also learning from you. Thank you, Denzel.
Wow, thank you so much, Emma. I think that was a beautiful start. And I must say the direction that you took it was really beautiful. So without wasting much of the time, let's hear from you. Madam Philip, Miss Philip, tell us what you think.
I don't actually saw the delay for the campus screen the time. And just so that you guys know, I'm really very shy with you about this topic because I'm still a virgin. I don't have any ex, so I'm still a very, very virgin. So, and you don't dare argue in the comment that I'm not a virgin. You explain whether you know my hand virginity. Anyways, so this topic is it had left for the maths.
Honestly, if I leave for me, I will change the topic.
Topic had left for the maths, especially for virgin. We so run away anything about X. So I don't know how we're going to do about this topic. But anyways, X to me, guys, this is a beautiful topic. I think that somehow we all, especially so Scottish Scandal, be very careful with me. And you see her comment. Whether you not argue my virginity, say when I know my life, I don't know. Guys, so it's a very interesting topic. Somehow we all can relate with it. Somehow it affects all of us, okay? Except for maybe people who have not been in relationships. And because this is a relationship and this is a relationship platform, obviously anybody coming here to patronize the content of this platform definitely should be talking about relationship and should have one of them to contribute regarding this. X to me means expired. And it is such a tricky one, because you cannot, of course, there's no one shoe that fits every fit like that on this particular topic. But hey, overall, we will be giving our ups and downs, the highs and the lows, the advantages and disadvantages, and all of that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to having this exchange with you guys, with my fellow virgins in the comments. Virgins in the comment, make some noise. Make some noise. If you don't be virgin, do not make noise. Make some noise. Come hard for fellow virgins.
Wow. Okay, Dele. Thank you guys so much for that start. I think that was a beautiful start, and I think it's important for our viewers to understand that I would like to give my own overview. This is like we are having a forum of discussion, okay? I'm just the spearhead, but we are having a discussion. So what I think is dealing with your exes. Personally, I think it's a very important topic, especially with nowadays with the growing of social media. A lot of things are happening, and people do not understand the ramification that keeping exes around your boss, what it can cost. So I think it's very important that we have this conversation. Lines will be drawn, boundaries will be made. So like people will see things that they will attest to us that these things are happening to your life. Okay, so that's just my overview on the topic. But for our viewers, I think you guys need to engage on the comment section. We are all involved in this. Okay, you guys need to engage on the comment section. We would love to read from you. We would love to get your insight from it. Okay, so without wasting much of the time, I think I've said this like this is the fourth time. So let's get to the fundamentals. Let's get to the fundamentals of it. Okay. Who is an ex? Who is an ex? Like, I'll pose this question to you. Who is an ex?
You know, when you asked, right, did you see my eyes opening? Because you
Yes,
answered already, like an ex is expired. So I don't know what I want to draw and I draw how the same would draw.
Let's get your own perspective of who is an ex.
Okay, yeah. There's an ex, in my opinion, it's someone you had a relationship with in the past,
Yeah.
and that relationship is no longer functional.
Yeah.
That person becomes an ex. So that's why we have ex-wives, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends. Where I told somebody one time that somebody was my ex-friend and the person was laughing at me. But I don't know how to describe them. But you know, I just feel like even though we are talking more of this kind of the relationship, man and woman kind of relationship, an ex is somebody you had an intimate relationship with. Let me put it that way now.
Yes.
Let me bring it down a little. Somebody you had an intimate relationship with.
Yeah.
And then at one point, since they say what happens, we make plan and God does what?
God disposes, yeah.
Thank you. So it didn't turn out the way maybe you people started or you people thought from the beginning, or maybe from the beginning you guys knew like you had a contract for 3 months. Maybe, just maybe. But whatever it is, so fast it is not an ongoing relationship. That person becomes your ex.
Yeah.
And so we are here today to say that person as an ex is supposed to be in the back.
Yeah.
When you're in a new relationship, face front.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, I think it was you did it right. It was just a simple just like people should know who an ex is. You know, people have different definition of who exes or what human beings are. People have different definitions, and we cannot debunk people's definition of who an ex is. But I think I agree with your definition. It's an ex is probably it's basically someone you had something with in the past, and you both call it quit. Okay, I don't know if that's the right word, but I wonder if people call it quit these days. So that would take me to the next question, which I'll be sending that to Delay. Like, do you think that people call it quit in relationship? Like quit, that they never comes back together?
Well, do I think people call it quit? Yes, I do think people call it quit. It's just circumstances that bring people again together. And when people don't put the right boundaries, when people don't do what they're supposed to do with exes, okay. So for instance, let me break it down a bit more. When something expires in your home, what you do is you put it in the bin, you discard it.
Yeah.
You don't have access to it. And if you put it very close to you, even if you put it in the bin and it stays in the bin, there's a tendency of that thing smelling and coming close to you, and you can perceive the odor.
The odor.
That's how exes are. Somehow, the moment you discard them, you have to really discard them. So the way we have bins in this country, the way it's structured, you have your private bins at home, and then you have the major bin outside, and then there's the mass, the overall bin that the cleaners, major cleaners come and pick. So when you discard something, like you don't want to use something, you put in your small bin. There's a particular day that you send the things outside, and then you put it in a major bin outside. If you don't perceive whatever odor and smell, and then those, using the term in Cameroon, Isakam, that everybody can relate with, Isakam comes and takes everything away. You can still have easy access when the bin is at home to just go open it and take something back. So that's because I've been things loads of times and I open it and I pick it back because it was still there. When I take it outside, the distance from the main bin outside is sometimes a bit too complicated for me to go there and pick out something. When I'm taking something outside, I'm sure that I am truly done with that thing. So I put it outside. But when the people are coming to carry that, they don't care. They carry everything. And if you have lost any valuables in your bin, if you mistakenly put anything in there, it translates to that thing is gone forever. For instance, there was a day I misplaced my purse. I actually bought some things, and then when I came home, I forgot. So I wanted to discard the dirt, the trash. I mistakenly included my purse, my wallet inside. And it stayed there for like how many, we're on lockdown and you don't really have access to your purse all the time like that. So I mean, like the third day, I'm like, you know what? I've not seen this purse. I searched and said that the only possibility was that bin. And the good thing was those people had not come to take it. So I still went and I got my purse back. Now this is how exes work, okay? Sometimes we discard our exes, we're angry and all of that. We set the boundaries. The boundaries are the bins. You set the boundaries, and then the next thing, the boundary was not that strong enough, and so you still go there, the bin that is inside, and you take it. Sometimes you put it outside. It was far better than the one inside, so the distance is a bit more. Then you can still go, but you still have some access. But for you to really be an ex and to stay ex, they must have taken the main bin away. So most of us go back to our exes because we've not taken the main bin away. We've not taken the major trash away. We still crave the crumbs that fell on the floor. We're still craving all of those things. And we still go back there to scatter the tea, move on. So you see the picture of what I'm trying to paint the picture just so you see how crazy and stupid we are sometimes to get these exes back. Okay. But like I said, with my purse, I had valuables in there. Those are exceptional cases. So that was not me discarding it. It was just a victim of circumstance. So I had to go and get it. Now that translates to those exes that could still be taken back because they are valuable. And it was just a circumstance or something that actually put them there. So yes, we have that. And then again, we have the ones where we're not willing to let go. That's why this access to our life. So I hope I got that. I explained the.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I think I love the analogy that you used to explain all that. It's really beautiful, and I think it's something that people do them all the time. In the beginning of the session, I said something that I am very certain that 99% of people, or let me say, our viewers of tonight, will have something to contribute, like in this topic of tonight, because I believe we all have exes, except for very minute set of people. So for our viewers, I think you need to engage with us on the comment section. We'll be projecting your comments so we can discuss a whole lot about that. And why I asked you that question, Dele, it's because I think I can say that I am blessed to have lived in 3 different continents. I've lived in Africa, I've lived in Asia, and now I am living in Europe. But the point I'm trying to make is, back home, or let me say, what we were doing in my own time when I was home, like we hardly call it quit. You know, I think there was like a notion of do not tell her that you are done with her. You never know tomorrow. If you hammer tomorrow, you come back, you take it. You know.
I know, right?
Yeah, so no those kind of things, you know. And I had that notion with me back home. But when I got to Asia, the perspective was different with the women there. Like, to be candid with you, when an Asian woman tells you that she's done, right? She's done.
Yeah.
And I think in Europe, like the few people that have asked a couple of questions here in Europe, they tell me the same thing. Except for some, like you said, for some exceptional cases where there are still some valuables there. But a majority of them, when they are done, they tell you, like in front of you, that they are done. Okay, so I just said, let me.
Sorry, they're not cutting you. Can you take note of that question so that I don't miss out on it? We'll come back to it. He's asking if a married woman is supposed to contact the ex. I don't want to answer the question now because it's not my time to speak. So
yes,
just so that you know.
Who is that? Sigila Lina. I think I had that same question here. I had that question here. We discussed about them. Yeah, but thank you so much for your question. It's very important. I think it's good because I have it down. Now, I have another question for you, Emma. We're living in a time of social media, right? And it's like, I think social media have now about 4 billion people engaged on social media. So, do you think they are keeping your ex, or like having your ex on all social medias and platform? Do you think it's a good thing to your relationship that you are in, or is a threat?
Okay. I actually don't know if I'm the right person for this question, Denzel. Because if I really want to answer going by me and the way I do things, I give very little attention to that. Which is really one of the reasons why I say I might not be the right person, but this is it. Why I say, let me say why I say so. I fall under the group of people who hardly block. Rarely.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some things I don't do. I rarely block people and I rarely delete people's numbers. Rarely, trust me, even dead people. I think I lost my dad like almost 3 years ago, but you know, I still have his number on my phone.
Wow.
Yes, and usually I change phones before even the number of dead people actually disappear on their own from my phone. That's to tell you how difficult it is for me now to go like, hey, you know what? I take you off. So I really do it. Then keeping it there doesn't really affect me in any way.
Yeah.
Like it's there. Be there. Since I don't have any discussion with you, I don't really see how it's affecting. But which I really get your question because if it's something that you need to be interacting with those people all the time. But what I also noticed, like, which for me, on the contrary, I was like, this is childishness on their part. That's what I thought. Maturity. It's like, on the contrary, they are the ones who go like on Facebook, unfriend you. Some of them on WhatsApp block. So when you block me, you help me to do the needing, you know. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm the right person for this, honestly. I don't know.
Well, I think you're the right person. What I expect or what we want is just to get your view. What do you think? Which I think you have brilliantly said that already. Like, it doesn't, like, you do not see it as a threat or as a factor. But before we go to Delhi, I would still like to pose this question back to you. What if your significant other say, hey babes, you know, like, I feel uncomfortable for you to keep having your ex on social media? Would you delete them or would you block them or unfriend them?
Yeah, because that's an ex and it's not important. If I'm keeping it now, it's because nobody has a problem with it, right? So I don't see if my present partner has a problem with it. Why should I be keeping an ex on my contact list over my present relationship.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
So
I like that because
yeah.
when I met my wife, I had an ex, and it's like my wife, out of her instincts, she discovered that, and she asked me, and I could not tell lies to her because I was only working on myself. Why would I tell lies when I
Yeah.
know this ex is not a potential threat to this relationship? So I told her, yeah, true, she's my ex, and she was like, okay, but I do not feel comfortable with her. You know, like now we have Facebook with likes and the heart stuff and other kind of stuff. And some people do not know, some people do not understand the extent of these things, what they mean. So like
Exactly.
I might post a beautiful picture of me and she
Mhm.
will like give me the heart emoji, you know. So my lady was like, this doesn't sit well with her spirit, which I totally understand her. But
Yeah.
in my own space, I had to unfriend that person because that, like you said, that person is of no importance to me anymore. So why would I
Exactly.
displease my wife or my spouse to please
Mhm.
an outsider, right? So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
really love that. Yeah, I really love that. Okay, Miss Philip, now I'm coming to you. For those who are just joining us, please, I would like you to keep sharing this video, invite your friends in, and keep pumping us hard. After Delhi, we'll go for a commercial break. Okay, Delhi, you are a relationship counselor, and people talk so well of you. Your name is like on the lip of every individual, especially on Cameroon. People that I know, they speak so well of you. You have this high reputation out there. Okay, now I know you deal with clients whom I'm very certain because I've had cases like that as well. People will come to you like they are in a relationship, right? And their ex is trying to come back into the box. I would like you to tell the population or the viewers in this situation, what would you advise these people to do?
Um, thank you so much, Denzel. I think that I would start by first of all, thank you for that huge compliment, man. I mean, you got me shy there. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome. You
making
deserve
my
it.
lips pink. Thank you all. Thank you. I think that I would first of all start by understanding exactly or defining or knowing exactly what category that X falls under. And I think this is something we have to specify. There are X's and there are X's. We have to be clear on that. There are some people you're ex with. You guys. Now, let me say this: the degree of X-city, that's not the word, but I hope you guys understand. That's not an English word. Just hope you understand. Now,
Yeah,
the degree of X-city is greatly determined by how much sexual intercourse was shared. Now, if it was an ex who was just an ex and there was no sex and it was just a friend, or somehow you guys did not get that intimate, it's different from an ex that had you all over. There was this exchange like that. There are exes where you had kids with them,
Mm-hmm.
okay? There are exes where you got divorced and it's coming. So it would greatly depend on which of these exes we're talking about. How was the relationship? How did it end? Because I always say that remember what got you people apart in the first place.
yeah,
And if it's not worth it, ask yourself if it's changed, if anything has changed since then. Ask yourself if it doesn't change, you would still cope with that situation. So this is what I always tell them. So we always say that exes, oh yeah, exes and all of that. If you analyze it like this and ask yourself, what happened in this relationship? How was it? Even if this person has changed, am I willing to be back in a relationship? I might be in a different relationship. I might be in my relationship that is a lot better. What's the point? So if you have changed, fair enough. But you know what? You can bounce and be with another person. So it greatly depends to what extent, what you shared, how the
yeah,
relationship got to, what you are into at the moment. Are you, are you single? Some people, some exes come back because they notice that you're single.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they coming back? Are you desperate? Some exes just come back because they want to come and eat the cookie. You've shown them green light that, hey, you know what? I'm still available. There's no guy around me and you can come, or lady around me. I made a video and I gave all of these points. Why are the exes coming back? Someone to come and prove to you that you're still very stupid, that you still that mumu. Someone to, it's a bait. They've had a conversation with their friends, like, you know what, have you laid that chap again? You know what, have you go back for that boy? Have you move that girl for game? That's how some people do. And now it is up to you. Like I said, when an ex is coming back, it's not up to that person. It's up to you. So you decide, you cut the chase at that time. You decide what you want. But now the problem is most people go, they're not building themselves, they're not doing anything. All they want is their ex back. At that time, when you're talking to that kind of person, if whatever they say, when somebody in love, you can never counsel them, they'll never listen. But when you leave an ex and you go and develop yourself, when that person is coming, you are the one to call the shots at that time. And you decide if you want that back, or you know what, the bitch, the trash took itself out of your life. I need us to understand that, because if we don't do that, we will continue recycling people. They will go at any time, they come back at any time, because somehow the green lights are there. So that's it. It's again back to you. You are coming and your ex is talking to you. What do you want? Guess what? You ask yourself and be honest. And you would answer it, because I can't do it for you. I don't feel for you. I don't know what you are going through. I don't know your current state. I don't know what you people shared. So these are the things I ask you. And then again, the ball is in your court. Do you want to go back, or you've so moved past that level and it's not worth it, you know? Yeah. So that's it. That's it.
Okay, Dilly, thank you so much. I think that was really powerful. Okay, our technical assistants, please, could you take us on a short commercial break, and we'll be back, guys. Stay tuned, guys.
I am Martha, the CEO of Martha's Food Supply.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned, and a big thank you to our technical assistant, your team. You guys are doing a great job, and I want to say thank you so much for that. Okay, we're talking something very important. Really tried to explain to us how she handled situations like that, which I totally agree with her. And most of the things that she said are very insightful, and I think people need to pay attention into situations like this. Now, I have another question, and this one will go to Emma. Okay, let me try to read what is on Emma. Just hold on a bit. Let's read what is there. Maybe it's a question, then from there I can come back to you. Every relationship comes with its own levels of seriousness. So is the breakup. Some breakups take time to heal, others take ages to heal, but one heals in the end. Everyone does. There's nothing that cannot be done if you know that your partner is not going to come back. Then you must try to live with this fact for some time by doing certain things. Okay, I think I understood what the commenter is trying to say. Okay, now I will still come back to you. It's quite unfortunate that most of like we are living in a social media age, and most of these things happen because social media is there. It's not like, let me say, 40 years ago where you could have a breakup and you handle it different, in a different way without your ex being around the corner, right? There is something I learned from my mentor, and he said relationship breaks up because when people have these crises, they do not talk to those people whom they have the problem with. They talk with outsiders. And most of the time, these people, they go to talk to their exes. And before they realize it, they have done something like romanticizing the emotion. It's like regurgitating. Before you know it, you're there, right? So, but I was just trying to put that in perspective. Now we know how important things like birthday celebrations are. And I've seen people whom they wish their exes happy birthday, right? To me, and I've done it too on some occasions. But as I grow, I expand my knowledge on relationships. I kind of like thinking of like, is this really the good thing to do? Is this the best thing to do? You know, because we are human beings and we are emotional beings. And once you're doing these things, they kind of like recycle the emotions, the thoughts, and all that. So I would like to hear you from you, Emma, on the birthday stuff. Do you think it's a wise thing that you are in a potential relationship and you are still out there wishing your ex happy birthday? I've seen people have done that on their WhatsApp status, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I mean, on 4 different platforms. And with this kind of behavior, it tells me that you have done it inbox as well. You know, so I
Exactly.
want to know, yeah, I want to know, like, what do you think about that?
Okay. I mean, I'll even start by asking, why should I even remember an ex's birthday?
Okay, yeah, but with social
No,
media
no,
now,
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking
yeah,
you to answer, actually. I mean, it's a question for, like, question in the air. Like, you start
yeah,
by asking yourself, why should you even remember an ex's birthday such that it should be so important that you have to even remember to go and wish an ex a happy birthday? You
yeah,
know, I don't know if you don't, sometimes I say there's something like intentional forgetfulness.
yeah,
You intentionally forget something until it becomes a lifestyle that you cannot remember an ex's birthday again. That's just to say to me, I don't find it normal. I'm in a relationship and then I'm putting my ex's happy birthday and his picture. Oh, good guy. Wow, yeah,
yeah,
like, seriously, what am I trying to show? I mean, who am I trying to impress now? That's even the
yeah,
question. Am I trying to impress my ex or my present partner? Because
yeah,
for me, I find it disrespectful.
it is.
Word.
Yes, I find it totally disrespectful putting my ex out there on my status to celebrate. And trust me, people do these things when they have issues with their partners. Like, ma show you something. And then before they know it back, there's one guy there with a suit. Happy birthday, my dear friend. Our partner, he will never do this, he will never that. And then you begin to stress your present relationship. See, just let me steal this opportunity to say this. It's
Yeah,
not just about exes. This day we are hearing about my bestie, female bestie. In as much as I don't believe in those things, people do these things, please. Women, men, we are being so damn disrespectful without knowing. If you are in a relationship, forget about ex even. There is no way I should just see one morning and on my boyfriend's status, I'm seeing a woman there, he's celebrating that I know nothing about that woman.
yeah,
Yes, if it is your sister, let me know your sister. If it is your friend, it should be a friend that at least I've known this friend and you tell me, hey, this is Mary, meet Mary, we grew up in the same quarter or something. And then it's Mary's birthday and I see you celebrating Mary and it's fine. I shouldn't just get on one morning and see one F or C in status. You're celebrating F or C and saying all types of nice things about F or C. F or C, if you went on this side, you want on this side, then you expect me to be okay. No. So I'm just trying to say these things are not disrespectful, and people do it, and they think it must be about it. And no, generally, we just need to put some boundaries in our relationship.
Yeah,
and it has to do with an ex too. If you're celebrating your ex out there, it's disrespectful to your partner. And stop making excuses. Stop trying to say, no, you're being emotional. No, if I finish with ex, you know me, so we'll get problem. You must celebrate it, but definitely I say to meet this with it. And people do these things without celebrating even their present partners. We've had cases like this in this matchup where people are complaining. My boyfriend is celebrating his ex. He has never celebrated me on his status. Wow. My girlfriend is celebrating his ex, yet she has never celebrated me. My boyfriend is celebrating her baby mama on his status, and I've never been there. Now, presently, as we are talking, it is his baby mama on his profile picture. Is that they'll be asking, is that okay? You were you there for that relationship? How you think? How they think it mixed inside your head? Yeah. So it doesn't work with me. It will not work. And since I cannot take it, I also cannot give it.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Martin. That was a brilliant take. One of the things I really love is the word you're using that is disrespectful to your partner or whoever you're dating, right? And these are things that our people do not understand. These things, the extent to which a minute act can be disrespectful to your spouse. I posted something today on my official Facebook page that I said I think I said the important factor of the relationship, it's not communication, it is respect. And the way I saw that, because when we talk about communication, right, there are times where your spouse might be talking to you, or you're not listening, or you're not even understanding what you're saying to you. And there are situations where, let me say, every relationship have crises, right? It's obvious that there will be ups and downs in a relationship. But when you have respect for your spouse, you will respect their opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, you might not agree with what your spouse, or you don't even understand it, but you will have this respect. With like, no, they are my husband, my fiance, my significant other, whatever it is. That's the way I see it. Respect is very important in a relationship. And the more you lose, when you lose respect for your partner, that relationship is dead and buried.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I really love when you were using that word of respect and all that, because people really play with these things nowadays. Another important thing I would like Billy to take is on the financial part. Before we go there, I don't know if you have anything to add to what Emma said before we move forward. Because I'm trying to let's try to have each and everyone's opinion on those questions.
Yeah, Emma said pretty much everything regarding the ex thing. I think it's clear, it's shared disrespect to have your exes, and unlike Emma, okay, I don't keep exes numbers except on very exceptional cases. I don't, we're not friends. Well, we're not enemies, but we're not friends as well. So all those things of, oh, it's just my, no. There are exes who just need to tell you one or two things and then you start rekindling feelings. Yeah. And because we all know our elastic limit, you don't want to stretch some things, okay? If you see me communicating with an ex, that ex, the boundaries are clear for me. As long as we're done, we're done. We're not coming back together. Because in the past, I've tried that, and then I found myself in that relationship again, and I'm asking myself, hey, I thought I was done. And you never can bank on you never can bank on your emotions. You can never bank on it. You want to just give that gap. You know what? Good riddance to bad rubbish. Stay where you are. And like you said, it's disrespectful to your relationship, your partner especially. The worst bit is you taking your. I mean, those are kids. I really cannot even overemphasize on that. Somebody will take their partner you're even dealing with accept that nonsense. So I'll be in a relationship with you. You take your partner, you take your ex's picture and put and say, "Oh, I'm celebrating." Go and meet them, and you people should continue on a follow.
Exactly.
That craze. So some things are just so obvious. I think that people, it's lack of self-esteem that would make somebody do like that, and then you're still going. I put me. You don't. It's done. We're done like that. You can't be doing that. We're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't do that. You cannot possibly disrespect me like that and then expect. So what I do personally, I don't remove me a number just so that we'll not communicate again. Okay. And then again, like I said, it greatly depends on the kind of ex. What you people say. Okay, let us insist on that. So, and there's some exes now that okay, officially, maybe your partner knew about this person. Now, it's not a problem. There are some things you people shared, like okay, there are some people like kids. Think about it. You have an ex who you have a kid. Your partner should obviously understand that there should be a mutual agreement on communication. So you cannot outrightly cut everybody off like that. It depends on the ex. But I'm talking about these exes who are just lay about, where you know say they want to waste time. You know very well say there's no business hanging around this particular person. You know very well there's nothing. And the worst part of it is when your partner has categorically stated, I don't want you to be with that person. Okay. So why are you still with them? Trying to prove what point? So sometimes it's just us betraying our emotion or betraying ourselves and saying, oh, we don't have anything to do with them, but our actions are speaking of otherwise. You're saying you don't want anything, but every day you're communicating, you're doing and this and that. Me, if I even mature enough, I choose me for being immature for this thing. Just because I want them a boundary. If I'm even mature enough or even leave you side, you I block your ass. I block you, get out. I don't even want to get into it. So man, it's you. Smarter, I go see you don't wear your nice sneakers. I start saying, boy, hey, I beg you do it. I beg you, Papa. Man know that I said, just go you. I take on change back. Man, make trouble, no start back.
Oh my God. I think that I love the way you put it. There is something I will add there, and people do not understand. Anyway, maybe it's my perspective. To me, I believe that sex is not love, but communication is love. Most people don't understand these things. The more you communicate with people, you love that person. And look at you would barely hear people talk about how amazing someone is on sex, right? But you always hear how communicative these people are, like how they were vulnerable to these people. They really chatted well. The time we had, it was amazing. It was not on that 15 or 1 hour sex period. It was the length of time that you both spend together. So I think people should really
it kind of makes sense to me. It does.
Yeah, so they should really focus on it. Communication, it's love. You might have a woman or a man in your house that you're having sex with, but if you are spending the rest of your time communicating with this distant relation or distant person, that is the person you're giving the best. While the person at home, you're giving just like some trash or some dirty stuff. So people need to understand these things and set some boundaries. I know when you talk about communication, I really love it, but people need to understand like what is it all about? Because like I know of situations where I have a problem probably with my girl. Maybe it's a very minor thing that we just talk about it over 15 minutes and bury it, right? But the mom is like the devil. It's like the devil is looking for me, and it's also looking for my ex. Like now, this man is going through this. Can you just say hi? Can you just say hi? You know, and sometimes these people come from nowhere.
I get it. I get that. Exactly.
It's like the devil knows what is happening. And the truth is, the devil knows.
He does. It's just like, they always show up at the nick of time.
Jesus Christ.
They always show up when you're emotionally stressed like that. Yes. I said, he just package on your ex, then the way we go present, boy, you go just to say that one, and then let me say something before maybe we get into the other one.
Yeah.
This thing about talking about your ex, because when you're talking about communicating with your ex, you might not even be communicating with them still, but always be comparing your present or your next to your ex.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what my ex be used to do. Any small thing your ex they come inside conversation. Hey, the one talk says, you remember I be tell you that my ex no. Now so see I'm master. You are still in love. You are still in love. Oh.
You are.
You are still in love. So when you find yourself always being excited, you see some person, hi, that guy resembles on my ex, that my ex, hi, this one resembles on your ex is supposed to be ugly now. It get to dele juju.
Yeah.
You don't get to like it again. It gets to not to say dele darkness. You define way to be eye.
Yeah, it's so funny because people might think we're taking these things to an extreme, but sometimes I love these extremist people. Them, like it's crazy. I know of situations where, like us back home, I was discussing with a friend, and I told her like, it's even risky to keep your ex's friends. It's risky, especially
I'm happy you said that.
Especially if you do not lay down the boundaries.
Even the family members.
Yes. These are the people that will tell you, God, you don't see Anna the way they shine eye.
You need the truth. Screenshot.
So you don't see Anna. I don't like
exactly. They screenshot for you.
I've had situations like this, boy. You don't see Mary the way Mary the shine eye. You will wash and it's like if you do not lay boundaries, people bring these things to you. So I think, and that will take us to my next question. I don't. Who am I supposed to pose that to, Delhi?
To Emanuela, I guess so.
To Emanuela, okay, good. Emma, I would like to have from you maybe 2 or 3 factors or points that if you are trying to, I think we all are going to talk about this because I have a couple of points as well. If you are trying to accept, let me say you're single, right? And your ex is trying to bring you back in the game. What are those things that you can do to accept your ex? Because like Dele rightly said, the fact say the Kamba no mean say he wants you. You might just want to eat the cookie. You might just want to prove a point. Or you're stupid. He knows that you're stupid. Or maybe plan A did not work. So he's coming back to plan B or plan XYZ, So what are those things? Because we know when emotion is involved, a lot of things happen. So let's say you're still in love with your ex, right? And he's trying to come back into the game. What are those things that you can pay attention to, or what can you do to accept, or like what can you work on before you accept your ex back?
Okay, Denzel, I'm sorry. It's going to seem now like I'm going to change your question because maybe the question is, what can he do so I can accept him back? Not what can I do? You get? Because he's the one coming back, right? He's the one coming back. And I think I had a reason, or maybe we had a reason why we had this separation. So if you are coming back, because I didn't go. If I'm the one going back,
maybe it depends on who actually caused the breakup and who is going to.
Anyway, you can talk on that, and I think on my turn I will talk about this. I will talk on my side the question that I asked you. You can
okay, exactly. Because okay, thank you. Yeah, because what I was trying to say is like because when you people separated or whatever reason you people separated, that's why I think we always see when you separate, when you leave a relationship, not just jump enter another one as soon as it's so. I don't talk for the people the way they don't know they have to be single for their life. Because when you jump into the other one, you don't even have this time to think. But when you leave a relationship, you sit and have some rethink. You're going to know why you pick the breakups. I mean, sometimes they really come out there. But when you think well, at least you have an idea. And now this ex is coming back. Before we have one separate, you will know how we eat the talk. It's time for talk, don't change. The fact that somebody comes and tells you, and I have changed, I'm really a changed person, it doesn't mean the person is changed. I think like what Daddy said.
Yeah.
I think you at that position, you should have been thinking now. You're supposed to don't think. Say, hey, this particular person, the style way they talk, he don't change his style for talk. Did you people have goals? Is he still sticking on the goal? That in those days go, or if you no get go, it want you can be watched on your life as usual. Because
Yeah.
if you separated with somebody because you had different aims, you had different directions, you were moving towards left or right, and he was moving, and then he comes back and he's taking the opposite direction. Then what are you thinking? You want to hear that to you need to listen deep. If at all he has changed. I'm talking now from the point of a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to listen deep if at all he has changed, if anything has changed. Somebody you separated with who was not respecting you. See, I never just tell me thing. Sometimes I read it tonight for a disrespectful spouse or boyfriend is a disrespectful boyfriend. Not as if you're disrespectful to all the women. You in particular, where you be there, you cock. No say if it change, you will know. Can you imagine a situation that you have a separation with somebody, right? Because of a certain attitude. And then months later, the person can apologize, say, well, I'm laughing because I think I had this discussion with Lee. Months later, this person is coming out and is trying to apologize. Well, I'm really sorry for what happened. I'm really sorry for what happened. And then, as you try to listen, inside that discussion, as you want to struggle with us, say, but why? He going back for that old self-unconscious here. No, let me not be talking and you're like, can you imagine? Then when somebody speaks like that, right? The person now has to think like, hey, sorry, I'm really sorry. I don't know what came over me that I had to speak like that. I'm stressed today. Today I'm stressed. Then he continued like, I was trying to apologize 4 months ago. What I did, would you take somebody like that? He has shown you that he has not changed.
Yeah.
He's the same person. So the reason why you separated with somebody is very important. Very, very important. There are times that people separate just because of distance.
I like that.
Yes, there are times you separate with somebody just because of distance. And then if this person is coming back, there are a lot of things you will not need to put in place. If we really have to be honest with ourselves. When this person is coming back, there are a lot of things, because character was okay, everything was okay. But distance did not let you people go further. Yeah, there's somebody, you separate with somebody because the person tells you, my mother doesn't like somebody from Bamangi or from Bamenda. And then the person comes back. The person is still from Yaoundé. He never changed his region. He's still been a Yaoundé man. And in Mami still there. Yet he's coming to apologize. What has happened? Is it that his mother has suddenly accepted a Bamenda woman or a Babangi woman? What has come up? So the reason why you separated with somebody, those are things that we need to, first of all, it should be very important. When you separate with a person, not just keep quiet. That's why, from the beginning, when you said back in Pays, you people used to just keep quiet, say, money, no, if you come back again, so if you happen, you can't chop the chop again.
Yeah, if you win DV lot to go America, you can take you.
You see, no, and if I even have to advise women, you'll be so to be dealing with a man like that. Man, where your job woke up for 4 months now, he not communicate with you. You want to see me and for radio station say don't end. It is finished, even if he can't tell you. But then those mature men will put you down and tell you, what? This relationship cannot continue because of this, because of that.
But I'm sorry to cut you. That's something that we Africans, right? We hardly do that. I mean, the gross majority of people, we barely do that.
Yeah.
Anyone just go your own way, like say they move your roof for house. Before you know, communication don't stop. Then after 8 months, they don't come back again.
Honestly, I'm so big on communication.
Which is good.
For me, that particular act, that bleached childishness, the bleached level of childishness. And when you behave that kind of way, it says a lot about you. I know sometimes you're talking the African thing, but if Africans can also learn how to have a communication with somebody, You know, if you just want to come up to my life, you say my life they like church room, church house, where we come a redeemed church of Christ, where we enter anytime, confess your sins, come out back anytime, enter pastor will still leave you. No, have a communication with somebody, and people move on. And then the bad thing, men are fond of doing this. I'm sorry. They move on already. They don't already move on. They're already in different relationship. Now, sister, now she done for 5 months time. He still hope say he come back. The hope say he come back. Uncle he can't back.
Yeah.
Then people want to go into three woman then so as you know work. He come back, I can tell you, I don't know what happened. You take it back. So what I'm trying to say is when you have a communication, when you have this communication, you know where you people went wrong. Or most importantly, you know why you people even separated. Now that one even determine what I put the person back at.
Yeah.
Yes. If I'm separating with you because you are in another relationship, you come back with me for that another relationship. How? So nothing has changed.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, Emma. I would like to add to this before Dele will also give her own view on it. I think, just like Emma said, communication is very important, but it's something that we seldom see this back home, but it's something that is very important, right? Okay, now this is the way I see it. There is always a reason for a breakup. People do not just break up like that, right? There is a reason why you split with that man or with that woman. Yeah. And let's take a situation where you are single and this man or this woman is trying to come back. This is where I bring in a situation where a word I will use like self-awareness. Are you self-aware? Are you self-aware of yourself? And when we talk about self-awareness, there are 3 key components that I would like to tell the viewers. Like the first one is, what are you doing? The second one is, how are you feeling? And the third one is your weakness. I'm not going to explain all this, but I want you to be aware of what is happening. I want you to be aware of what is happening. It might talk really well, but the word I would like to bring in is, has he or she done the work?
Exactly.
Has this person put in the work for the reason why you people break up? There are thousands of reasons why you can break up with somebody, but to us, we feel like it's only cheating or physical abuse. That's why you see a lot of people still suffer in relationship, or they do not enjoy the benefits that comes with relationship. You can break up with somebody who wants to live in America and your own goal is to live in Germany. That's enough reason to break up with that person.
Exactly.
You can break up with somebody who wants to be a pastor and you want to be a stripper. That is enough reason. We should not only be thinking that it's cheating or abuse. That is like, these are the reasons why people should break up. Yeah. Career, you can break up somebody on career-wise. The way they think.
I love that. I love that. It's
and when you're still single, these people are trying to come back into your life. Have they put in the work that, like, what caused you guys to break up? Have they adjusted in this area? Let's say you're in Africa and your goal is to live in the UK. And you have a guy that you submitted with him and he wants to live in the in Germany or Switzerland.
I
want to use this expression.
Germany or Switzerland.
What is he doing, or what is he doing to make sure that he should live where, or you people should live where you like? That was the main reason why you people split.
Exactly.
There has to be work. Let's say someone who doesn't work, someone who is unromantic, or someone who is abusive. Let me go there, right? Have they done the work? Have they studied? Have they read books? Have they gone for counseling?
Yeah.
You know, have they done something to better up themselves? Because you cannot just open your hands and welcome these people back when they haven't done the work. They are going to be there is going to be another chaotic situation again. So you have to make sure that they have done some work, especially on that factor that caused the split. Without that, then they are not fit for you to accept them back. Just like Dele said, the fact that they are coming back doesn't mean they have changed. or
Exactly.
they have developed some new skills. No. So you need to identify what course is played. Have they
Yeah.
worked on themselves? Like maybe he was a pagan, and now you are this fervent Christian. Has he given his life to Christ?
Thank
Exactly.
you. Oh,
And you
thank you.
need to see the work. You need to see like, okay, he has got a Bible. He's going to church. He's attending a Bible or evening classes. You need to see
Or a
the work.
Muslim. A
Yeah.
Muslim will stay a Muslim and you want to consider.
Yes, you do not just need to open your hand and embrace them because they have said like they are sorry, they realize the work went wrong and blah 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 shit like that. No, you need to see the work. So that's just my only little contribution. And we'll hear now from the lady, and after that we'll go on and on second commercial break. So Delete, tell us what you think.
Thank you so much, Emma and Bison. Bison again. I don't know
You
why I
don't
always
start.
interchange your names, man.
You don't start.
I'm
Just
not
hear we say
sure.
crush and be some too.
No,
Because
Eh?
Bison are my biggest crush. No, my Grimmy is my biggest crush. I think I'll give it so my skin is really fine. So I get to come for show back. Okay. I got this if we saw day for this show. So I will do it. He get a lot is run.
No,
Okay.
they say Kayamatai, say side this day. If he be Kayamatai, some person say we deliver him in the name of Jesus. And that's some person pray for Jesus.
The Kayamata will break the Kayamata. So yeah, on this issue of what was the question anyways? I don't forget like the
Yeah,
ex
the things
coming
to
back.
work on, the things to work on before you accept your ex back.
I think you guys have said pretty much a lot of that already. I think that having your ex back should really greatly, I've said this already, greatly depend on you. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you want? What do you want? It's not about your ex, it's about you. Like I said, you called the shots. Now, what do you want now? That's what I used to do, but am I still there? Do I still want that? You have grown, but is that the standard? I might have moved on. Okay, most people who go back to exes, they've really literally not moved on, or they have regressed. They have regressed. And that's why somebody mentioned like it's like you're going back to primary school. Literally, people regress in relationships.
Yeah.
And something you said, Denzel, that it's all about asking yourself if this person is location and all of that, and that all of that summarily I can put it under compatibility. Okay, not the reasons. I think we have to talk about the reasons why people break up in the first place before even seeing if they have to get up. These are the different reasons. Lack of compatibility is one big thing. Love is not enough, guys. When people are breaking up from relationships, it doesn't mean they do not love themselves. Okay, they do. Matter of fact, people do love. It's a lot, but marrying and coming together and being together and having a healthy, keyword, healthy relationship, it takes a lot of compatibility. Love is not enough. So why you people keep fighting? Have you asked yourself why you keep fighting and struggling and going back to that ex and it's not working? One thing, no lack of compatibility. That's why. So if you don't agree that you know what the two of us are not compatible, you keep going around in circles. Like you're going back to your vomit. You're going back to the things you've said no to in the past. You're going back to that trash, like I said, that bin, like I said in the beginning. So you have to know who you are, what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Now somebody is talking about second chances. Yeah, it's not everybody that deserves a second chance in your life. And when I say this, you feel like it's such an ambiguous statement, but it's true. It's not everybody. Why did you break up in the first place? They've already said that. I don't know if some of you are listening or not.
Yeah.
Why did you break up in the first place? Some person go rape your picking. You talk, say, then you break up with he come back. You start letting my give second chance. Are you kidding me right now? Why did you break up in the first place? So ask yourself. That's why I said, you see these people who always come, they're not very honest with themselves. When they come, my ex is wanting me back. How can I? If they genuinely they ask genuine questions to themselves, they will not go back or they will not need your counsel. They will just know, okay, I asked myself, do I want to go back? One of the Delicious tapped me on a video the other day, and this lady actually was stood up. She was literally stood up by her fiance on her wedding day. Didn't show up, didn't pay for the venue. Like she was doing everything, bridesmaids, everything set. Calling the guy 10 o'clock. The guy said, I'm coming, I'm stuck in traffic. Calling the guy 11, same thing. Calling the guy next thing, and then she picks up the phone to ring the reception venue just so that they can, you know how it is here. Time is money. Just so that I tell you, okay, we're supposed to be here by my friend. And the guy's like, I don't know anything about any marriage. There's no wedding here today. And then they're talking to that guy. Imagine the frustration, your family, people, all the heartbreak, and you're shattered. And they get to interview her, and she's saying that she's still in love with the guy. Now you ask yourself, after how many years? After how many years the girl is still claiming that she's still in love? Of course, we see this thing on the platform all the time, and that's why I say, you go there and you doubt why he keeps breaking your heart. Because you have proven to him that he's all you want. You have not moved on. You have not improved on yourself. You are worse off than he was in your life. Matter of fact, without him, you are nothing. He knows your mumu button. He knows what to touch. He knows exactly what to tell you for you to fall back to him. So that's what is coming. Okay? If you only rely on, I love him, I love him, I love him, you will miss out on a great deal. You will love him and be crying every day. You will love him and you will be arguing every day. You will love him and you will be hurt, seriously hurt every day. This is what especially women fail to understand. We say that men eat their cake and have it back because we help them to give them more cakes. Not even having the same cake. We give them more cake. That's what we do. They're not even just, you know, they're not just having the cake like that. They're having your cake and having an extra and a spare one. Other girls, ladies out there are willing to give him extra cake and all of that. What I'm trying to say is that compatibility is very important. When you get out of a relationship, that is the time to do a retrospect of how your life has been. That's like Emma said, you don't get into a relationship after a breakup. Usually you're heading, that's a disaster about to happen. You have not taken out time to ask yourself your strengths, your weaknesses. You've not taken out time to ask, what happened? Have I been able to fix? Because sometimes we're only pointing fingers at the ex. It could be, you could be at fault.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong in that relationship that I don't have to repeat in my next world? What can I make it? How can I make it better? Get on here. We're talking about building yourself. Okay. You get on a relationship, in a relationship. You'll be after you've come out of relationship, you start asking yourself, what is my purpose? Have I discovered my purpose?
Exactly.
You start doing your test. Go and do your test and find out. Because some of the things that actually got you broken from a relationship was because of your blood groups. It didn't match. Now I need to know am I safe? My serious status. I need to put all of these things. Health. I need to work on my relationship with God if you're a Christian. I need to put all of my life. I need to challenge my status quo. I need to probe my convictions. I need all of these things. I'm listing the things we have on the cover picture of our page. That is how you develop yourself. That's how you build yourself again. Now, when this man is coming, you look at yourself like, haven't you seen an ex? You the ex I say, Papa God, now how I be take manage me and the person start follow. Haven't you? If you've not seen an ex like that, then you have still not grown. Haven't you? Like, let's know in the comments. Haven't you seen so? You know, I say your ex, you ask and say, wow, I be trying for the life too. I be trying. I don't try to too.
All shoe they just on a gato their eye. Any shoe where I did a gato.
You know, now say they be blind your eye. Oh, na seventy. You didn't have to say gato. If you didn't see you work on an empty food, you call gato. This is something you get through. Those are the things. And if you look at your ex and he be like, he knows to be appealing for you, know that you're growing. If you look at your ex and he's no longer appealing, he or she is no longer appealing, that's a positive sign that you are growing. If you look at your ex, it's like, oh my God, the love of my life, you have not grown. Either you have you're beginning to regress. And like I said, you see me, I'm hard on this one because I don't make that error in the past. Thinking that, oh, I'm strong and all of that, and this and that, and that and this and that. I want to turn it, don't quack me Emma down. I wake up, take tea, clean my tongue. Clean my tongue. Say, hey, I'm not there again, no. You keep to beg you, Papa God. So that's what I'm saying. Please ask yourself what you want. It's about you, not about him or her. Okay, so let's just get that straight. Yeah. I hope that we exhausted it.
Well, that's it. I think people need to understand that proximity is powerful. Once you keep those people there, something is going to happen. And know your limits. Know your limits. Like we all, this is how I say it. We all have our demons. Know your demons.
Yes.
We all have them.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
your weaknesses. We all
Yeah.
have them. So people might say like you are an extremist, or you're acting or you're behaving like a child. Behave like a child. That is
They
your
say
devil.
when snake bite you, you see millipede.
Yes,
You run,
exactly.
you start run.
There is
Exactly.
something. There is something in for those who don't know, I am let me say I am a CBT practitioner. CBT is cognitive behavioral therapist. I'm practicing that. There is
Mm-hmm.
something there that we call seemingly irrelevant decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
This happens very often with people. And I will use a kind of a very funny example for people who are
Yeah.
suffering with addiction. Like you could be
Mm-hmm.
addicted to your boyfriend, which is okay, or alcohol. How does this work? This is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I want to go, Delhi is my ex, and a man now is my present girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
They live in almost, let me say, they live in two different streets, but there is a connection of the road that I can go to Delhi's place or to Emma's place. And
Right.
I'm done with my work. I'm driving home. This is how this seemingly irrelevant decision operate. You have this thought of you to take, or for me to take a mass way home, right? And as I'm taking a mass way home, I'm going home to Delhi, who is now my present girlfriend. Did I say that right? I think so.
Yeah.
I'm going home to Delhi, but I
No,
took the
you
other
missed it
way.
anyway, but we get the gist. Just go on.
Yeah, I took the other way to Emma. Before I know it, I see Emma on the way. I will say hello, hi, 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 hi. I stop my car. Before we know it, we are back together. So
Mm-hmm.
this is where you have to be conscious, like taking this way is going to put you back in a mess.
Right.
So you really need to be conscious, like, no, this is not the way for me to take. Know yourself. When you know yourself, you will know a lot, like you will avoid a lot of situations. Know your weak
Right.
point
Yes.
and carry them. They belong to you.
And
They
own
belong,
them, own it, and
own them,
accept it. Yes. Yes.
accept them. So they belong to you. So that's
Exactly.
what I just say. Let me add to that. Okay, now we'll go on another commercial break. And when we're back, we have a few things to discuss. So, guys, keep pumping us hard and share the video. Let's go on the break, please.
Hey, darling.
Hello, honey.
I brought you this.
You got me a new blender.
Oh, yes. Thanks to the more money I've been receiving through Moneyfix.
How come?
I receive more money through Moneyfix because they have the best exchange rates as compared to the last sentence I was receiving.
Meaning you've been saving more.
Oh, yes. Use Moneyfix to receive more for less from abroad with their best exchange rates and save more. Always find the best rates to Cameroon with Moneyfix. Receive more money through Moneyfix today. Moneyfix, fast, easy, and cheap money transfer service to Cameroon.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Thank you. I think that was really brief and good. So before we continue, there is a question on the board that I would like us to tackle. It came from Clara. Okay, she said, can you love someone and help her work on her weaknesses? I don't know who would like to take this first, or maybe we'll just have a perspective from one person. Dele, can you take that? Or Emma, I think the last person who spoke was Dele. Emma, can you take that?
Before Emma takes it, please, let me insist, guys. Can you please share this video? Can you share it? You guys can come on here. We're educating, right? We're doing our own bit. The least that you people can do is help us share the video.
That's
You
true.
can't come on here, you're watching, you're learning, and then you cannot share. And like we always say, there is no limit to the number of times that you can share the video, okay? Share the video, come hard, share to different groups, tag your friends in the video, okay, so that they can come. It's unfair for us to be here giving you this delicacy like that, and then you're not eating, or you're being selfish with it. It's not fair on us. Come on,
It's
guys.
not. Okay,
Okay.
before Emma takes that, let me say something, Dele. This is how I want people to see it. Whatever we are doing, we are giving you people these things for free. I'm going to say something that my mentor told me. It might sound crazy to some people, like, why would he say that? He comes across sometimes my Facebook page and he said, you're giving too much information for free. For free.
They don't value it, do they? They don't. Because we give it on the platter, they take it. And they assume that this part of the world, like what Denzel is saying, you pay for counseling $50 for 30 minutes, and if it's done, you have to add money.
We're talking $50. I've paid €180 per hour for a Canada. I had an issue with my wife. I need to go see counseling. I pay $180.
Calculate that in favor. And then we come and then we take 2 hours straight sitting here and talking to you people, and it feels like we're wasting our time only for you to click that. It doesn't take in a split second for you to share. How
I could not cancel myself. I needed someone to talk to. I could not cancel myself. So I had to pay that. So whatever we are doing, we are not like, we love you guys, and we're like, the least you can do for us is share and invite people in. Like when I heard that, it was like, wow, that you're giving too much information. He even told me, do you know that the information that you have dropped out, you could put that in a book and people will buy it.
Don't worry. When we release our books, then why are you bothered? When we release our books, we're not going to be doing all of this. They will buy. That's when they will value information. Don't worry yourself. They will buy the books and then they will understand the worth of it. Okay, so don't worry.
Yeah. So thank you, Emma. You could come in now. We still have a question on the board.
You know, the whole time you're talking, I'm laughing because today I had an experience on the art group. That's when you get to know how do they say it, when somebody how ungrateful people can be. You know, the art people come there, they sell their things for free, right? You know, the Daily Smash Up art group, they sell, they get jobs, things like that. If you know, sometimes we have 200 pending posts. We have to go, we scan to take out the ones that are scammed so that the people are not scammed. Like that is how free we want to give out services. And then today, I posted our flyer, and I'm like, just give us back today at least what we've been giving you for free.
Yeah.
Guess what? That thing was there for 1 hour, one person shared, 3 people liked. So when I came again later, I was like, when I sit down and post it depending inside that distance, it go pen for long. When I said it, a lot of people started sharing. And then here some people who cannot even control their arrogance. Was this lady okay? You just tell people how to, if I'm not seeing the post, you just need to repost it. Don't come here and you're threatening. That's somebody who is going to send her advert for free so that you can
for free, and you post it for free. And they make money and they don't pay for it. Now, this is some other person saying in the comment, Yvette is saying
that I should repost. I should not come and threaten them.
I'm even talking about somebody in the comments here telling us that Yvette is saying that they are poor people. Poor people, you have to you buy share. You don't buy share. If you're a poor person, you have tagged yourself to be a poor person, which you're not supposed to tag yourself like that. The least you can do under a video like this is share it. Okay? That's the least. You pay for share. You really pay for share. What do you mean by they're poor people? What do you mean by that? I really truly think that it's I don't know, that on ingratitude. Well, let me put it like that, but more of selfishness. Okay, that people are so selfish. It's not fair. It is so not fair.
Maybe they think they're doing us a favor, or they're putting money in our account.
Yeah, like we are getting money as we can live, so we get money for that. We can for this. Now, passion, guys. This is passion, and
it's passion, man. It's passion. So, Emma, could you please give them a take on that?
I mean, the question and the but then said, first of all, I would say yes, but there is a condition. You can only help somebody to work on his or her weakness if that person is willing to work on that. This thing, it's likened to leading someone to Christ. They say you can only lead a willing soul to Christ.
Yeah.
If not, your doctor, you know, Jehovah Witness, say every morning you can knock my door, he drive you. See, I can't knock the door, he drive you. Come back and knock the door, he drive you. When there is this willingness, even Apostle Paul says that when they are not willing, you shake the dust off your feet and move to the next. That was just to say that there's a limit to everything. So now, going to this weakness, when talking about loving somebody and helping the person work on their weaknesses, the question is almost that I hope we don't ask this question and almost think that we don't all have weaknesses. We all have weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yes. Show me one person without a weakness. They must ask he I never thought so he angel this in them. He fed at the way he flies small moves.
Yeah.
Since we are not saints, we all have weaknesses. But there are weaknesses and there are weaknesses. And apart from their weaknesses and their weaknesses, we differ in the kind of weaknesses we can also stand or we can take. So that one you think you can take. Do you want to help this person work on it? Is the person willing to work on it?
Yeah.
If not, you become a pest in that person's life. Each time he calls you, he makes the same mistake. You keep talking about it. Maybe he becomes a leader of apology at the station. He keeps apologizing. Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing this. The next time he does the same thing. The next time he does the same thing. Is that the kind of weakness you want to help someone to work on? No.
Yeah.
If somebody has a weakness and the person tells you, you know what, I have a weakness in this area. I really wish you really help me so we can work on this. And then you watch and you see this person working towards working on that weakness. Why would you not want to help that person? If it's something you can stand, yes. If it's something you can stand, you know, sometimes we always want to. So let's use examples. If I want to use an example of cheating, cheating is, it's someone's weakness. There are people who say it's. I think we had a case on Daily Matchup. It was a lady even. She could not cheat until she was even telling the boyfriend that she has not cheated for 1 month. Or what was that? I cannot remember that story. But if they say they believe for Saturday, they never cheat for 1 month.
They began to celebrate it.
Yeah, they began to celebrate it, say never cheat for 1 month. So imagine a situation like that. That's a weakness. That's even an addiction. Will you be able to stand it? Yeah. Will you be able to? Will you want? Because the guy was like, when I saw her on this page, I thought I could work on it. Can you work on it? Is she willing to work on it? Can you first of all stand cheating? Because in the beginning, if you cannot even stand a cheating somebody, don't go trying to change a cheating somebody. There are those kind of things that you cannot even try to change because you cannot stand it. There are some of those things that you even attempt to change it because you know somehow. But something that they will know. Sister, brother, no be your responsibility for change and leave her.
Yeah.
But when you see those things that you know, it's easier for you to handle such that even if you not really over change, you go bad, right? You can take it. But all in all, I just feel like to advise someone, don't go about thinking you want to change people. You want to change people's weaknesses to make them what you want. You really see someone's weakness. You know that this is someone's weakness that is so deep, it's so ingrained in that person. And then you go, because a lot of people make this mistake. You know, we'd even talk about ex. Since it's ex, we talk about ex-husbands. That's when we start having ex-husbands. You see that this lady or this man has this serious weakness, seriously ingrained. And then you get inside. And then when it becomes a problem, you start now telling your loved ones or whoever came to hear, I be actually if you say it will change here. I be if you say it will change. You go spend your time. Someone becomes your prayer point instead of your prayer partner. Father, change this my husband. Change this my husband from this is arrogance. Oh Lord Jesus, let me may change from arrogance. Arrogance means something where be a boyfriend. An arrogant boyfriend. I don't know whether some talk the way past arrogance again. Some one the way past. Imagine an arrogant boyfriend would be worse.
After arrogance and witchcraft. So jolly fun for that place.
Thank you. After arrogance, witchcraft. So if you see an arrogant boyfriend become a witch in marriage, I want to say there's not two ways about the thing. Sister, not everyone is wanting an arrogant boyfriend. And I keep saying he might be arrogant to you, but not arrogant to another woman. So no come preach for me. Say we all have weakness, people can change because his weakness might be working only on you. And that is to tell you that that is not your partner. So don't even get inside trying to change that person.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody who is a staunch Christian, you meet a staunch pagan like Denzel mentioned at one point, and then you start, Papa God, and since you say man na man, hey, these days they have been seeing posts about man na man. People just want a man. Since Papa God, since you're the author of changing people, Let me just get married to him and bring him to church. And then you get married, somebody becomes your prayer point of, please convert him to Christianity. There are weaknesses and there are weaknesses. Choose your weaknesses wisely.
Yeah.
Choose the one you want to deal with wisely. Wisely.
Exactly.
I remember somebody told me, why Africans, they were like for carry God, put out their hate. In those days, we'll be worshiping our destiny there. See, I moved my shoe, hold up for my hand, ask myself, say, food, wait till they ever trouble no gear out. I put us say, no, they ever give me all. I yes. Not be me, but suffer that suffer. So choose wisely, please.
Okay, Emma, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Just to add to what Emma has been saying, because I saw another question that came in, like, what about those who apologize today?
I think
And
Emma has answered that question. Some people are not listening.
yeah, they are not
Some
listening.
people they are not listening. We've answered that question from the beginning to now.
Yeah, the best apology is to change behavior. That's the best apology. So you cannot apologize and maintain the same old behavior that you had. So when you apologize, change your behavior. And just to add this to the change stuff, we believe in change. Change is constant, right? But when it comes to relationship, you cannot change anybody. You can only influence these people to change. And when I talk about influence, I mean having a discussion with them, telling them, showing them the left and the right. These things, like if they buy your perspective, they can change, but you cannot change them. It comes from them as an individual. So stop wasting your time that you can change And this is one of the things that has hold down a lot of men and women in a toxic relationship, hoping that they are going to change this person. No, you cannot change nobody. They are the only ones responsible for them to change. Okay, so let's be very clear with that. Let's just keep it at that level. Okay, Deli, there was something you were discussing before the commercial break. You were talking about breakup, and I would like us to still have a couple of minutes. I would like us to stretch on it a little bit. There are so many people that they do not know how to handle a breakup, right? So I do like how.
I'm not laughing at you, please. I'm not laughing at you. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
go on.
yeah, how do people deal with a breakup? I don't know if you have a mix. I have a way. I don't know if you would like me to move forward with it, then you can come in later. But if you feel moved immediately, you could just tell our people, how do they deal with a breakup? Or how
what
should
you say that you would love to answer the question?
No, it's not. I can come in, then you can come in later if you want.
Okay, yeah, you will come in. Let me leave the question to later. We would answer it. You can start with that. But let me say something, okay?
Good.
You see this thing about we're talking about the points that you and Emma you're just from
on change.
I don't want this
change and apology.
And change and apology, yeah. First of all, I don't want a particular point to escape my mind, because if we get into that, I'm gonna miss out on it. Guys, see, sometimes some people come to you where you should be honest to say that you cannot help them. It is this, I want to help a situation that some of us get into mess, a big mess. You cannot help. I can't help. It's okay. To say you cannot do something is more of a strength than a weakness.
Yeah.
When it is your ex. And this is why we always say that we're making a post. Remember that post then we were talking about, send them to this particular counselor. And your ex is coming to complain to you, to cry in your arms. How? Send it to your wife if you are that open. And if she cannot attend, your wife cannot, send it to a professional counselor. Sometimes it is us trying to open our arms to the entire world. We cannot save the entire world. You can only save a particular set of people. And be honest with yourself to say, this is where my limit, my weaknesses, my strength ends and my weaknesses take over. This is what most of us do. We try to claim supermen and superwomen. Okay, Sigala, please, can you ask the question again? I don't know the question you're talking about. And then another thing, let me say this. You guys know, you see this distant relationship things that way. You people, when I did where you did online, so they finish, you never meet the person. I mean, must stop the particular point. This ex the way when I get on, I never ever see the people. You people date, we date, we don't date. Now so we don't date, we don't finally meet up, we break up. It happen now because internet and all of that. Those are one of the most tricky relationships ever. I'm telling you, your ex one, I know you ever meet up. If you meet up, you don't marry different man, you sleep with you. I'm talking to some people. If you can hear me, you can hear me. That's the most dangerous kind of relationships and breakups ever. You never meet up now. When I don't already date, when I don't date, for the moment you people see each other, that means when on our first time for meeting, all of everything you people shared is coming back. I just need you people to prepare you people so that you begin to take your guard, begin to watch your steps. Most of you people end up sleeping with exes that you ended up online with. I'm telling you. So you want to start working on that now. You want to start so that when you don't come, sir, I don't finally enter your country. I did for so and so hotel. No go for the talk say, okay, but I'm married or anything. I'm telling you people, majority of them go lay your back down, especially for women. Those are, let me say, when they say, when I say the kind of exes, some kind of exes, they did this. Now, this particular category is the most dangerous set. Just so that you people know. Yes, it concerns married men. Somebody is asking a question. Ashungwa is saying, does it concern married men? It's exes for everybody. So he's dealing with it. And then you can come up,
if you said today they're done about singles.
I don't know. But anyway, the person said they're just joining. So yeah, so that's it. That's why I'm saying that. But just to know those boundaries, okay? So just to know that. So then your question was what?
Yeah, my question was on how to deal with breakups, because we know how we have seen situations where people, most of the time, you see how people recycle or they go back to their exes is because they do not understand or they do not know how to deal with breakups, you know. So before they know it, they are back in the old cycle. So I was like, if you could come in first, or if you don't mind, I could give you a couple of
okay, you go in first, okay? Then I can come also.
Okay, good. I hope there was a particular lady who came to me. I hope she's there because she told me that she came from your platform. I'm going to give you this for free. It's very expensive, but I'm going to give you it for free. Normally, when people go through breakups are really hard. It's painful. I've cried a couple of times, but this is part of the process. You need to embrace the breakup. It has happened. I have 3 factors that I discuss with my clients how to deal with the breakup. The first factor is what happened. How did you feel? How did that make you feel? Did you cry? Take your pen and paper. Write everything down, what transpired. How many times did you cry? Write it down. That is step 1. After you write it down, embody it. It belongs to you. This is your pain. This is you. Eat it if you can. A lot of people think that if they cry or they so no, I should not show my weakness how they cry. No, that is your weakness. It belongs to you. Cry if you can. So after you've written down everything, say, okay, now this is what happened. I've written down. Look for a counselor or look for an elderly person. These people, when I talk about elderly people, I mean people that you trust. This is stage 2 now. People that you trust. It could be your mom. It could be a relationship coach or a counselor. It could be your big brother. It could be one of your best friends. But you have to trust these people, and you have to have huge respect for these people. When you meet these people, right, tell them exactly what happened. And before I come to this point, let me add this to the first point. Also write down what you did. Do not just write what he did. Write down what you did because you were also part of the process.
Exactly.
Yeah, write exactly what happened. Take your own sheet. Do not just talk about his own sheet. Write down yours as well. So now back to stage 2. The person you trust, your mentor, whosoever, your papa for God, or how they call him, talk to these people, show them what you've written down, how you felt, the number of nights you cried, right? Write everything down and tell them. One thing, what is important here is that these people are going to hold you accountable if your ex is coming back to you or you want to go back to them. That is why it's so important to have these people in your space. Because if you want to fall back, our brain has been wired in a way where, in a place where when we go through breakup, our brain does not tell us the sad memories, how they made you feel. Our brain will send you emotion, those emotions where the plans you people have, the amazing sex you people have, the lunch, the breakfast, the trips you people made. This is the information that your brain is sending down to you. Your brain
Yeah.
will never tell you like he beat you that day or he cheated on you. No,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
brain will tell you only those important things. And this is the moment where people fall back because these are the things that you're thinking. And this is the information that your brain is feeding you. Okay, this is stage 2 now. Now, stage 3, you need to learn what is love. What is a healthy love? Or let me say a healthy relationship. What is conditional and unconditional love? You need to buy a book that talks about a healthy relationship. You need to know the difference. You need to know a lot of things here, red flags. You need to know all these things. And these things, how can you learn them? You can get them from a YouTube videos. You can get them from a mentor. Like, just learn what is love. And I call this acquire new education. This is so important because whatever you acquire here, you are going to use it in your next relationship. If you tolerate, like if you skip this stage, you're going to recycle your shit because you do not learn anything new. They always say that when you learn something new, it replaces something old that was not good. So it's always good to learn something new. So these are my 3 steps that I normally use. I hope the lady will listen and she can watch them later on. I'm giving you this for free.
Really
Bravo, bravo.
You're speaking Italian now.
I know. Come on, that's your language now. That's your language.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It's beautiful. I hope that they learn it. I do hope so.
Really for
Alright.
free. Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. I gave you that for free. It's really pricey, but I gave you that for free. So Dele, I don't know if you want to still coming or you think what I said
Well,
is
another thing too, how to deal with that
yeah.
is to flee. To flee from every appearance of that kind of thing. See, and flee. Fleeing. Now, something Bible talk and we put the over of underestimation. See, and run. So sometimes you want to, you get attracted to the same kind of things, the same kind of guys who look like that, the same his and that. Run, run.
Same spirit.
Make a conscious decision that's to keep yourself away from his presence. Because you go there, you become when you're still under the therapy coach Denzel is giving you, you want to be away from that person. Because the moment you're doing all of the points he's giving and he shows up, what are the pass under bridge? You don't go into chapter 9. You don't want to cross chapter 10, extant via from. You don't forget all the syllables, you don't learn them. So you want to be away from him or her like that. So that's a very important thing you should know about. You should factor in. I would love, I don't want to speak on that. I would love to answer this question. I don't know if it's me talking now. We had, I think we had a question come on the platform as such, and I wasn't very detailed about the explanation, and thank God that it came up. I was more sarcastic with the answer because I understood where the person was coming from. More like an ex has moved on with his life, okay, and now wants to control the ex, who or who not to get married to. You get the point? Yes.
Is this
more like, no, the person was asking, because that's the question on the screen. If someone declaring his or her ex intention to marry their ex's brother or sister, it's a very, very important question. So the guy actually asked me if I thought it would be, how will it look like that his ex wants to get married to his brother? And then I went sarcastic on the answer, like, you know what, guy, you cannot eat your cake and have it. You know what? Face your front. Leave your ex to do whatever. But let me buttress the point I was trying to make. When you move on from a relationship, and especially if you were the one who hurt the other person, it is not up to you to determine how they move on with their lives. Let's be clear on that.
Yeah.
You cannot hurt somebody. You are happily married, and then the person is not even married, and then you want to dictate to them whether they should be in a relationship or not. It is up to your ex.
Wow, this people get gospel.
Yeah, they
Who is
do.
that
They
person?
do. It is up.
Wow.
They go about even fighting. It is up to your ex to ask themselves if I want to put myself in this position. So for instance, Denzel gave the example like, okay, is we're dating, and then the Denzel has moved on, and then I'm still single. I'm not moved on. I'm still there. Now me now I'm married. Now me I decide to choose my own spouse too. If you don't make your own choice, you've gone ahead.
Yeah.
I have to decide. Now it is me now who would sit and count the cost and ask myself, do I really want to get married to Denzel? Somebody, this is somebody who has hurt me. Now, if I'm coming to Denzel's family to get married to somebody there, the risks are too many. The repercussions are too many. I could start sleeping again with him. That's one. I could bring in this tense environment when every one of us is there because that's their family, that's their brother, that's their sister. When I show up, there's no gainsay about the fact that you will always, those thoughts and memories will always show up. And if Denzel is petty, Denzel is going to start talking about, imagine those large mouth boys, those boys who kiss and tell. Just
Yeah.
imagine that your ex's kid is telling, oh, that one I don't sleep with them, because that's some of the kind of guys that you people date. That one I don't sleep with them, that one I don't useless them, now my brother. And then there's always that tension in the family. You ask yourself, do I want to go through this? Is it worth it? For all man picking of the war, now only then a brother Asian for go marry him. But again, it is your choice. Let me make it clear. It's not up to Denzel. It's my choice now. Denzel
Yeah.
has moved on. It is not. I'm saying that now you, the person in my position, I hope that you get people are getting the gist. You are now the one to sit and ask all of these questions to yourself. And if you think it is a yes, it's a yes. Now remember, we cannot categorically put a stamp on it to say that, oh, you should not think about it. Sometimes the day where I be dead Denzel when I'm error, and we
Mhm.
through my god-given husband is Denzel's family member. Now we don't, now you be make that mistake, but hey, if it is clear to you that true this is the man for me, and the man as well is okay with it, has a healthy self-esteem, because small time the man now start to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Once I go Denzel for road, even if me and Denzel no get any problem. Because the another scenario could be Denzel doesn't even have a problem with who I'm getting married to. I don't have a problem too. But now
Yeah.
the person I'm getting married to has a problem, or Denzel's own wife has a problem that I'm getting into their family. I hope that you people are
Yeah.
understanding the
But
dynamic.
yeah, it's wow.
It's very tricky. So you want to ask yourself all of this: am I ready for this drama? Secondly, think about it. All of those could still be possible, but hey, maybe I married Denzel, a brother or a cousin, then we are living far apart. And that could be a way to solve all of this. We're not going to be seeing each other like, yeah, the family members who are separating. And again, however it is, if it is a yes or no answer for me, it is a no. Don't do it. Go
Yeah, it's
far off.
crazy. I'm just thinking now, like, why do you want to be in that situation?
In that
Why?
situation, you see, I was just trying to move, separate the
Yeah.
meat from the bone, so that may really see, for them to
Yeah.
really see and understand that it is crazy. It's a crazy setup. You don't want to get yourself entangled in that. But if you have sat and you prayed over it, and Denzel has no problem with me marrying the brother,
Wow.
I also don't have a problem with it. The man I'm marrying doesn't have a problem. Denzel's wife doesn't even have a problem. Fair enough. And it's okay. There are some people who would keep it, I'm telling you, they keep it as a secret. They never ever say, okay, for instance, maybe it was just a fling. It happens. Maybe Denzel, it was just a fling. Say na fling or didn't be jobbing as on one off thing, say na cool press, say people they wipe them up, then come out. And then Denzel and Deli says, we don't want to jeopardize awesome opportunities in our lives. Why
Yeah.
would take caption ourselves, they say exes? That's why I said it's a lot of these things. And that's why it's the different scenarios I'm trying to bring. And Denzel and I could be mature enough to say, you know what we had was nothing. I cannot be calling Denzel my ex. I cannot ruin a potentially beautiful relationship because I want to necessarily put, and then these are two mature people who agreed that, you know what, let's go our separate way. And that one could possibly work. Like, you know what, and all of that. Or Delhi is very mature. Delhi's own fiance now is very mature, and they'd be like, you know what, good riddance to bad rubbish. I don't look at that past. But it is very tricky because things could
Yes.
come up in future, and then you will always link it back to the relationship that Delhi and Denzel had. So before you want to get into, ask yourself, say, now the only man this with the entire world, now the only woman this. but the entire world will affirm Mariam.
The God that I know will not even allow you to do that. The God that I know, will not even, that's your decision. God will allow you. God no will allow you to fall for that kind of thing.
Who's God? Who are they for
the God that we know we all serve will not even tolerate that. It's against him. That's your decision. That's why I tell people, like, marriage, it's a natural decision that you as an individual make.
You take, okay? Yeah. You seek God for something. You seek his face and ask him. But most importantly, this is something I'll just add. Sometimes, especially we Christians, we pretend when we say we're going to pray for something. When it comes to choosing a partner, we're deceiving ourselves that we want to ask God's face on it, but truly we don't. We don't already accept the man for our heart. We're just doing it out of courtesy. I'm telling you, majority of Christians, when they tell you they are praying over a man, a lie, they don't really agree with them. Because with women, we see when some man can marry you, see you even deny when nobody expect. You did deny it before you even think whether God will or not. You don't already, when you can see woman start to say, I want to pray about it, Sam, it is almost 70% a yes. I'm telling you, we rarely seek God in things. We are just being religious to put God to say that we're seeking the face of God. We're seeking ask them, say they pray for how long? Ask them, say God be finally dead in a half. Because even when the red flags are showing, they still lie themselves, say they still waiting on God. When God already shown and say, sister, don't go to that family. You listen, I'm seeking the face of God. So we want to lie on God's name. That's why I didn't ever like and wake up and say, okay, But for a Christian, that's what you're supposed to do, to seek the face of God now and be certain in your spirit before you get the go ahead. Okay. Yeah. But we don't do it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would like us to have just one more question, and I'll give this to Emma. I would like you, to really, like, if you could really go in detail, I'll be very happy, because this is a part where a lot of people are involved in it. I've done it. I mean, like I just need to carry the cross. I have done it, right? Like, your ex have, like, how can I put it? I didn't write it down. The question just came up now. Like, I should not even say should you, is it a wise thing to assist your ex
financially?
Like, people have done it. I mean, like, I should speak on me. I should not say somebody, because I have done it, right? Is it a wise thing to do? Like, you're there assisting your ex financially.
So I think somehow we are going to now even almost go back now to almost the beginning of what we said.
I thought so. I thought
it's really going to sound almost the same, because I could also say it depends on how you're relating now with this ex. It depends on how you're relating with this ex. Yes.
Okay. Add this to it. Just add this to it. Should you let the person you're dating presently also to know that you are assisting your ex financially? Just add this to whatever you have to say.
Okay. Now then, this goes back. It all boils down to how are you relating with that your ex? Why are you keeping a relationship with that your ex? Why are you people in a constant communication to an extent that he can freely come and ask for help from you? All of this put together will tell why, or if you can even help that ex who is in need or something like that. Because if you have a cordial relationship, in as much as we have really said that flee, each time I hear the word flee from the Bible, I remember now let Joseph they be sending me the right? What of many colors, how the colors shall be flying. So when in as much as we say flee, right, I think we still talk about those exceptional cases when you still have a cordial relationship with your ex.
Yeah.
Now, that at that time, somebody asking for that financial assistance could even be it's your ex, but you could also see the person like any other person asking for assistance. Which means that at that time, if you can help, the first thing that shouldn't come to your mind is that it seems to be my ex, I don't be helping you. Except you know it's an exploitation. Except you know he wants to exploit you. If
Yeah.
somebody genuinely needs help and you people are communicating, I don't think immediately he asks for that help. First thing is like, no, not in my ex, I don't fit. No. Yes, if you don't have it, it's fine. If you have it, the spirit lit, do it. Now you asked about if your spouse should know.
Yeah.
Of course, if you are having a cordial relationship with your ex, yes, it means
Yeah.
your spouse should know that you have a cordial relationship with an ex. And if
Right.
the ex now asks for financial assistance, if you're not careful, even sometimes my husband will tell you the financial assistance to make
Yeah.
things easier. Yes, you know, like babe, Dima asks assistance, he need help because of something. I beg
So,
if you pay, let
anyway,
me.
don't round up the team before I talk the point I want to make.
Yes, you'll feel help me for send the money. Then before you want to say, hey, don't worry, my husband will get to you. Why am I saying this? Because there are times that you're genuinely helping somebody. Because I don't even know why they like. What did you
The way you're bringing it, and say my husband will send it to you. That's why I'm thinking like, okay.
I'm serious. Why am I saying this? There
Yeah,
are times that you genuinely want to help somebody
that's
because
true.
you feel like somebody needs help. But trust me, it's not all the time we can tell people's intention.
Exactly.
There are
Exactly.
people, yes, they come for spending. He might be asking for that help because he wants to use it against you. He might be asking for that help because he thinks that so I go take a next month and I don't enter.
You're right.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know if you. I don't know. I think Delhi. I think I saw Delhi posted something like this the last month or two. Delhi, remember this House of Atlanta? These ladies with House of Atlanta, the billionaire stuff like that. Now, because they are fighting, the ex is posting receipts of money that the guy was sending.
Exactly. Exactly. Those are the blackmails. Those are the
Yeah,
blackmails.
Exactly.
yeah.
I'll try to
Guess what? You were doing it with a good heart. You were like,
with a
hey,
good heart.
he needs help. Let me. And then people are keeping receipts. So that tomorrow, no, she was still sending me money. He was still sending me money. We were still, if you want no receipts as Cameroonian community now, I receipt all over the place and screenshots. So the second thing is that, no, don't worry. I'll tell my husband will get to you. If you know one taken from my husband, I had give up.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you need money.
But the thing is that we did it. Again, like I said, first of all, I have a question to ask on that. It's a
Yeah.
rhetorical question anyway, so don't bother to answer. So for all people that you your ex choose now you for can't ask help for you. That's a question mark already.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
why it be free who can't ask you help? You should begin to ask yourself that because it's all these billion people in the world. Is it
Yeah.
because you're still too very attracted to her or him or her? Is it because you're too open and very cordial? Is it because you know you are overstepping your bounds? Is it because you're trying to woo her again? Then she has the guts to do
I
that.
like that.
You understand? So sometimes when things are coming up, you begin to ask yourself, why is it even happening? How did my ex get guts for she don't be the chat now so they can ask them? And let me just answer this question this person has been asking. It's on the screen. Let me ask again: should married couples keep contact with their ex? What are you keeping your own? I said contact for exes. That's where like I said, Emma can say that she can keep a contact, but I think that maybe Emma because and maybe Emma is not married, so there are some things that are not very very categorically like that.
Yeah.
I'm asking yourself as a married person. You keep contact for your ex and say, it help na it
How does it help you? How does it help you?
how it help you? What advantage? Again, now which help for you? Because the only thing it will be a disadvantage, the next thing you don't run to go cry for you, or you don't run to go beg for you. These are the things that we are doing. Why are you playing with your ex's contact? It help you for witty. If sometimes I even think that personally, I even think that yes, there's some people in this life who there's some people who played a major role in your life, even when you're moving on, it's true. And there's no gainsay about that. There's some relationships that were really healthy. And you saw that it's just because of maturity. To say, you know what, I think we'll be better with each other. There are mature people who handle relationships like that. And if you got to that kind of relationship and you cannot wake up to say, you know what, I am not going to delete this person's contact. There's a way it will not come up. I get away where I unfollow you, so I will not see your activities. We are still friends, but I unfollow you. I archive your chat. I will not see you. I block your status on my WhatsApp, so I will not see you. These are preventive measures you put in place just to help,
I like
just
that.
so that it doesn't look like, oh, I'm immature, or you're trying to be enemies with people, so that it doesn't stir up a conversation. The person knows that, okay, we people are, but it's nothing. But again, what matters is the degree of relationship, of the quality of relationship that you people have in play, that matters a lot. But if you ask that question for singles, they could answer it differently. Ask for married people, for me, is categorically no. The fact that you even ask the question, now already a problem. Because if I had that quality kind of relationship, okay, and we had a quality relationship, you've played a significant role in my life that I'm eternally grateful for. I don't need people's opinions to know whether I should keep a contact or not. The moment you start asking, there's already a problem. You should say, either your conscience, they already tell you, say, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you don't want to be doing that. And the worst part of it is that when your spouse or your significant other tells you, I'm not comfortable with it. Then again, with the idea of the aspect of talking about if your spouse should know about giving, see, in all honesty, and I know that this is too blunt for me to say, maybe not a very conventional thing to say. There are some very insecure spouses that we have. Trust me. You would say that, okay, I'll tell my spouse and be open enough, and then na problem, that na serious problem. Now, what if it is an ex who I share a child with, and my spouse is very insecure, and it has to do with my kids? Sometimes you would use wisdom to know how to play that one. Exactly. Not saying you're going back there, but just so that some men do this, especially men, I would say, because the kind of women they are married to are so insecure with, they cannot handle a decent conversation about an ex, and it goes scot-free, no problem. So that's why, not saying that you should be hiding things, but sometimes, like we're talking about secrets in marriage, you weigh the person's level of maturity and know the kind of information you can pass to that person, you can relate to the person. So just so we know, but be on the safe side to keep receipts and keep your boundaries. Just so that if it escalates, like Emma was saying, he come up tomorrow, I may start talking this and that, you can clearly say that this is it, and I did it because of this and that. But ideally, it's not even healthy. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. Let me ask something, Princess, before you go to the next point, please, about this issue of keeping a number, like really mentioned, when you keep asking, because this question has been coming up, it's like this person is keeping this number, she wants to know, in order to play patience, But there's also something about keeping contact with exes. And this happens especially for these people who like to flaunt their relationships. These people who like to flaunt their relationships on social media, right? It happens especially with them. And then when they are being hurt by their exes, when the ex hurt you, you move on. You might have moved on. You might not have moved on. But then you add them now under the group of village people.
Yeah.
You add them now, they become part of your village people that you want to pepper them all the time. So each time now, when you have now a new relationship, you want to update so that you be peppering. My village people, your ex, and most of your. So you see some people writing some things on their status. Be like, hey, they kind of message you just so you know we get you just and directly for the person you write that for you.
Yeah.
Because you know that your ex, you have actually kept your ex there to be observing you, intentional monitoring spirit, so that your ex can know that you've moved to another relationship. Your ex can know that this is now where you are. Your ex can know that you're enjoying. Your ex can know that, hey, no, because you dumped me doesn't mean I'm not in another relationship. There are people who do this just to prove that. But the advice is be careful, because it might bounce back on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it can really bounce back on you. So I thought I should also mention this, because these people of pepper them gun, they are fond of that. When they don't add X for village, for category of village people, they're bad for do that thing for pepper them gun. Ma pepper my ex, ma show you. So it doesn't always turn out for our own good.
Yeah, that's very true. I think a lot of people do not understand the extent to which this little thing is, how it disrupt their relationship atmosphere, the one they find themselves in. You know, we take so many things for granted. It's like I was talking with one friend and he was trying to explain to me about the way the world now is. It's like people only think about themselves. They do not think about their spouse, and it's becoming a very selfish world that we live in. It's like the guy used an example of iPhone and iPad. It's when you look at the world, it's iPhone, iPad. It's just I. Like, but when you start to put your spouse into the space, you are a part of that relationship, and that person is also a part of that relationship. So when you bring them in the space, you take into consideration their emotions, how they will feel, how they will react. Like there are a lot of things that you will question yourself. Why are you doing them this way? And if not,
Exactly.
if you truly do not question yourself, then you are not supposed to be with that person in the first place. It's either you're using them for your own benefit. Because if
Yeah.
you are with someone for a genuine reason, then you should be able to have some huge respect for these people. People do not understand these things. I've had a situation where this was like a long time ago. The girl I was seeing tells me to stop liking my ex pictures. This ex with the present lady, they are friends on Facebook. This is somebody that the present ex, this is somebody I respect. I mean, I have a huge respect for her. She told me like, hey, babes, you have to stop liking this person pictures and all that. And I was like, fine, if that makes you happy, because I am the guy that if something makes you uncomfortable, I want to see into it that you becomes comfortable. I believe these are the things that put people together. So I was like, okay, let me take myself out of the picture. I'm not going to do it anymore. But you know that after a couple of months, I start seeing this person liking the picture of the person that she told me not to like.
Okay.
So I had this conversation like, are you kidding me? Okay, I respect you people a lot, but you told me not to like this person's picture. Why are you liking them? It doesn't make
Then
It's
sense.
it's
her
different.
friend.
It's not the
My
same.
girlfriend is different. It's her
It's
friend.
different. It's her friend. They are women, women, women. It's not a man and a woman. It's different. You are the man and you're the bone of contention here. So it's a
Yeah.
lot
Yes.
different.
Okay, but don't you? But it sounds weird to me. Like you asked me not to do it, which I
Yes.
expected. So why are you
No,
doing it?
the fact that he says you should not do it doesn't mean that she is an enemy with that. There are just
Exactly.
boundaries she's trying to put. So
I was
Yeah,
you
even
now
about
as
to
the
ask you,
man,
how are you
and
even putting hearts there? How did you even start to be putting hearts under the pictures?
you understand. So I understand her, and you understand we women we get what
yeah,
all own kind of insecurities them. So when we say don't do something, no the push them. Because and I always say this, let me round up with these guys. I always say
yeah.
that you see women, we women, we know each other. When your wife is telling you something about another woman, believe her. God has
That's
given
true.
women an intuition. And especially if your wife is not a very insecure type, don't
Yeah,
take it for granted. It's a lot of men in the comment section or in the platform or those listening to us who would attest to the fact that so many times when they're doing something in fishy, their girlfriends or their wives would spot it out. And even
yeah,
when the men say no, they're not doing it, they know within them now how the chap do know it in it.
yeah.
Literally.
That's very true.
Sometimes they will tell you something and you don't even, it's not even happening. Like, babe, I suspect you with that girl. And you'd be like, what manner of? No, see,
Yeah,
not be now we be seduce you before you see we know. You know what will be seduce you. Would you see the other girl to do the same thing? You will be there, you don't know what we do before you get
Exactly.
our attention. We have a way of innocently seducing. We women, we God has packaged us like that. We're blessed
that's
like that.
true.
And He has given us an intuition. So we know things before they happen. We see things ahead of time. So when your wife is sorry that my image is not very showing, it's not showing up. If you notice, I've changed my direction because I had to charge my phone. We see things ahead of time. So if you as a man, especially those who respect their women, and especially a woman who is not, I'm not talking about insecure women who are just
Yeah,
always yes, that one a different thing because an insecure woman will see a problem even when problem no they. I'm talking about a woman who is not insecure, who has always trusted you, and then wakes up and tells you something that is not even happening. You want to either pray about that thing, or you want to follow the counsel she's giving you. Because
yeah,
trust me, God the talk true woman. Sam, it's a lot of we get 4 eyes as they ever talk. We see. So that will help you. Most of these things that people fall with their exes is always when the woman they talk, you they argue. When the woman they tell you, say, Sam, you see the particular girl. Why a woman choose that particular girl for the complaint about? I'm telling you, something is there. Something is wrong. Her spirit has picked it already. You, the man, you need to see you all that in them. You're blinded. So I'm just saying that a lot of men do this. Before they know it, their exes, they don't can use them against them. Before you know it, they don't enter inside a trap where they need to come out, and then the wives are there. I told you, I told you, I told you. Why? If you have a wife that you respect, you love, listen to her, especially in such cases, such scenarios. Woman, you mix in another woman, especially if your ex is disturbing you, especially if you're entangled in something is send na your woman, may go solve them. Ego, Siam. I'm talking about mature women. I'm not talking about babies in women clothing, in adult clothing. Yes, it will help you a lot. They will help you. The woman, that's why when you're talking about shoulder money, no, that say, oh, John mentioned, your ex the come for your corner, I just say, Demi, I'm my wife. Oh, check, call you like. In fact, before you want to talk about you again, I tell you try them. When I try and I just say, man, picking this so they ever want go clean, they want go chop lick plate for some side. Don't use your wife in name. Say, you know what? I'll talk with my wife about it. We'll discuss with my wife. That's a turn off for most women. Even if they know the kind of can't date you, just because you mention your wife now, they just say, I beg the woman rapper. They start calling woman rapper.
Yes.
So I hope that this has helped a man out there. Because somehow you people are always arguing with the women on things the women know better, but because your ego as men will not let you see past that, you fail to take beautiful counsels that your wives are giving you and you're ignoring it. So I'm just saying, but like I said, I insist, women who have a healthy self-esteem will no be picking them.
Okay, Dele, thank you so much. Emma, I don't know if you would like, just let me give you a couple of minutes to round up as well. We are almost across the board of time.
Yeah, okay. So just to round up, or Denzel, I would say a general advice. So far as you never reach that level where you see your ex is shoe like gato, see trouser like makanaki, any trade where it vex you, flee.
Yeah.
Flee. Man, you say what? Honestly, because there's that temptation. You know, like we mentioned in the beginning, there are those exes that when you look at them, you feel crazy vex. You ask and say, any way they do, whether they you see that their picture, the flies some places, you just tell you one for house, not nonsense. You just vex. Just by seeing their picture, you're angry. You have exes like that. You start asking yourself, why was I this foolish? Those are the kind of exes that they like and they do back spring. They like and they do which kind of thing, you know, if you ever go there. But you see that the way, like you said, those ones, especially the ones who are the ones who hurt you, and you keep replaying the good times you people rather had, you know, instead of looking at their gato shoe and things like that, you're thinking about the good times, thinking about how good they were, how romantic they were. Avoid those exes. Don't even try to put them under village people. Because if you put them in the group of village people, it will bounce back for you. Before you want to know, you get your village people, they group all your group of village people, the wives of people that own are actually the village people, they your own be flop now, they your ex them. So it's not good, it might not help you. You'll be the one, you'll be falling from one to the other. So I would just advise, it might be difficult for some people to stay away. They do stay away. And one big advice, married people, stop comparing your ex to your spouse. Not just married people, but I'm saying because married people in the sense like you're already into something and you don't want to try what you already have. The most annoying and disrespectful thing is to compare your spouse to another person, not to talk of comparing your spouse to an ex. Stop that habit. Stop keeping your ex's number in the bin in the kitchen, where each time you have a problem with your husband or your wife, you just go and pick it. And then you start telling them where I'm in my emotional state now. I don't just understand. And then they start saying, oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I don't know why we didn't do it. I'm so sorry. You're emotionally cheating on your husband.
Yeah.
So stop all of that. A lot of people are doing this. And then when you ask them, they say, no, I didn't cheat. Oh, we have never met. We're not even there the same quarter. So you emotionally cheat on phone. Imagine say if you not find yourself even inside the same bus.
Things that will happen.
Things will happen. Right now, it's just advisable to really avoid all of this for your own good, actually.
Yeah. Okay, Ma, thank you guys so much. Before we go, I think it's important that I also give in my own my last part of the session. We have been talking about it, so but just to add, know who you are and know your weaknesses. No play, say I'm a strong man or I'm a strong woman. No, know who you are, and weaknesses are something that we all have them. There is no human being on the face of the earth without flaws or without weaknesses. So embody your own, carry your own, and learn to put some boundaries. Like, okay, this is me. I know say if I drink 4 bottles export, I go drunk. So let me just take one. That is my limit and go home. Okay, so know who you are, know your limit. If you have this ex and the ex is like hustling you, trying to put the pictures back in place, and you think that blocking them it's going to help. The truth is it's going to help. So block them. Do not like a lot of people were like you are immature, you are that, you behave like small boy or small girl. No, no be you like accept it, you are a small boy. I always say this: if I have to clean my wife's if I have to iron her dress for her to be a punk to house, like to be a stupid guy to the eyes of the people, let me do it. In as much as my house is happy, let me be a punk to you guys out there. So that is how you be some like I feel like this is how men or every person in a relationship is supposed to operate. Know your limit. Do not try to be tough for people who are like they care less about you even. These are people that are not even supposed to consider them in your picture of relationship. So accept who you are, drop whatever you have to drop. You are not dumb to block your ex. You're instead saving yourself from unforeseen circumstances that will show up one day. You will see them. So do your best. I think we've been talking about a whole lot of stuff. And for just to round up, thank you guys so much and keep sharing
Let
and
me
all
say,
that. Let me
let me say, I know get final word.
No,
No,
be
be
now
round
because
up.
one round up.
No,
One
I need to
me
get
one
final
round
word. Though. I will come at
Really?
some point.
Why you think say I come in when you never come? I know say you don't already.
I think say we just decide for talk.
No, why would do you so? Why would do you so?
Somebody is saying that with more talk for pidgin. We talk for pidgin, we mix all language now.
Well, okay, come in now, come in.
No, it's nothing much. Anyway, they always say it's nothing much. They end up talking for 50 minutes.
Fast, you know.
You said something really powerful. You'd rather be a punk to the world and then your marriage. If your marriage
Yeah.
is dependent on that, let it be.
happy
Okay.
happy. Oh.
Let it be. Let it be. Because there's this saying, some person to say when you hear people they to say that woman don't use charm on massa. No, say the couple are doing fine.
Yeah.
When you hear people talk say that woman don't charm him man, John knows in a pick up where they live in peace. And
Yeah.
somehow this is so true. Especially for our African setup, we not believe we will see two people who are living together beautifully and
And it's
happily.
crazy, yeah. And
Exactly.
that's very true.
We always think a problem must always there for women, it must be obvious, and the man must always dominate the woman must always there to them. So when they are living peacefully, or when the man even hold the woman, is saying you yes, some man iron a woman clothes, some man cook for a woman. Hey, they don't charm that man, they don't charm that man. I don't just say the fact say our own relationship they need work, no mean as the other people they need live happily for their relationship.
Yeah.
This is what most people fail to understand. The fact that they are not doing no picking the recycle X, the worker to do X. Other people go ahead, you do worker go your owner for before for back. You wash your pick ball run. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. When I continue upon we had though. And hopefully that you guys have learned something because like I always say when I'm here I learn a lot before going.
Very true.
Okay,
Okay,
brother
guys.
Benja.
Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.
Bye everyone.
And enjoy your weekend, guys.
Bye guys. Bye. See you all. We love you all so much. Thank you so much. Keep sharing the video, pumping hearts for us. We love you. Until next time, it's bye bye from our lovely team.